last week, it's the same link. So,
You'll have to go back. Okay.
just, well, I'll see what I can find.
We are live.
Okay, yep, all right. We're
We are
live, but he
live,
didn't have,
yes.
he didn't have a link, so,
I sent it to him.
oh. I don't,
That means I have to do it again.
no, you don't.
No, I mean I have to send him the
Oh,
link
okay,
again.
all right.
I'm on live, sorry people. Oh dear. Now
else
I've gotta
is-
find.
Who else is doing
It's
it?
Ralph.
Ralph.
Just Ralph.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you said sorry people. I'm just like, who you talking about?
Who's ever online? Cause this can be, oh, I thought it was yours.
It was there. Okay.
All right, let me get all my stuff together.
Okay.
Processing, reading, doing this.
Did Terry make it to visit?
Yeah, she should be back Thursday,
Okay.
which is cool.
Okay, you can text him and tell him I just resent the link. Okay, go ahead.
I'm glad that you're back.
Bohim Havaim, welcome. Oh, we need another mic up here, if you would get
I
that.
will get that, and let me first send a very quick text.
We are on Hebrew 2. This is Aleph Isn't Enough, Hebrew for Adults, Book 2. And let's open in prayer. Father, we thank you for your love for us. We thank you, Lord, that we have the privilege of learning this beautiful language. I pray that you would give alertness of mind to each one. Help us, Father, to have more understanding as we study and do these exercises. And Lord, we just give ourselves to you in the name of Yeshua. Amen.
Amen.
Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samet, Ayin, Hey, Tzadik, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tav. And you need to practice singing this at home while you're looking at the letters. Let's do the vowels. Patak, Games, Chatef, Patak, and in the midst of a word, Kametz Yod says, Ah, Cholam Chaser, Cholam Malay, Kametz Katan, and Chatef, Kametz Se'or. Chatef Segol, and Segol Se'en, Sere Yod and Sere say A. Shva can be silent or can say Kibbutz and Sherubo say U. Kirik Yod and Kirik say E. Patak Yod says I. Kametz Yod says I just at the end of a word. Cholam Malay Yod says Oi. Shurik Yod says Ui. Patak, we need the final chet says Ak and not Cha. Now I've finished singing all the vowels. Next time I'll point to them as I sing aloud. If I will study and practice these, my God will help me and I'll read with ease. sounds good. Okay, I actually have 2 nuggets today, and wow, our time is moving on, so I will try to make it quick. The first nugget is found in Isaiah 5:7. And it's actually a play on words. It's really interesting. Apparently Isaiah has this wit that he makes this play on words. And Adonai has just said, I've done all of this stuff for Israel. The vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his delightful plant. Thus, he looked for justice or judgment, but behold, bloodshed, for righteousness, but behold, a cry of distress. Now, this is so interesting because it says he looked for justice or judgment. Do you remember what that word is? Mishpat. Mishpat. He looked for mishpat, but behold, mishpach, which is bloodshed. You see, mishpat and mishpach. And then it says, for righteousness, tzedakah, but behold, tza'akah, which is a cry. You see, there's this play on these words which is completely lost in English. You don't see it.
Yeah, I don't.
And but listen to it.
I don't see it. Okay.
Mishpat, mishpach.
Okay.
See, they're very similar. And then you had the tzedakah and tza'akah. See, they're very similar.
Yeah.
So, but then the kind of devotional one that I wanted to share is in Isaiah 30 and verse 15. And especially with the way our world is going, our nation is going, problems wherever, at work, problems in the family, we get very tense and stressed out. Again, stress is not due to circumstances. Stress is my reaction to circumstances. So God says in this verse, for thus says Adonai, Elohim, or God, the Holy One of Israel, by returning, or the repentance. Now this is not teshuvah. This is actually shuvah, which is also a noun, so it can mean just returning. And rest, this word is nachat. It sounds kind of like, or it starts like Noach. You know, remember Terah named him that because he would bring comfort or rest. And then it says, you will be saved, and in quietness and trust, this is from Batak, is your strength, but you are not willing. You were not willing. And I just thought, you know, sometimes we just get so caught up in our tenseness and busyness, you know, we don't stop. We don't stop. He said, in returning, let's return to him and rest, you will be saved. And in quietness and trust. It made me think, too, of Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It's not a hopeful wishing. It's a confidence, a confident trust. He's in control and he's going to work.
Yeah, quiet, confident.
Right. But you were not willing.
Well,
So,
Hugh did the same thing, was to be anxious for nothing.
yeah,
And
Paul. Yeah, right. Okay, good. Let's go on to page, let's see here. We are on page 31, exercise 3. Page 31, exercise 3. And it is important that you do your homework. Because this is how you learn, putting into practice the things that you study. So, Ashley, I'm gonna, now, let's see. Ralph, are you there? Ralph? I guess he's not there.
So
He,
he can still interact?
yes,
Oh,
it's
cool.
Zoom. Uh-huh.
Okay.
He said he's got it, so.
Well, is he going to participate if he's on Zoom?
can't wait for the new system.
I will try to look at this, maybe do it myself. Okay. Ralph, are you there? I don't know, I don't see him. Maybe he's just listening in. Okay, well, Ashley, I'm gonna let you start on 3A on page 31. Say it and then
Say it.
translate it, yes.
Hey,
Okay, yes, uh-huh.
you eat.
Yes, and you, because that's a participle and represents present action, you can translate it as you eat, you are eating. You know, anything. In English, we have a number of present tenses. We have the emphatic, I do eat. You have the continuous, I am eating.
I need a grammar lesson for English.
Well, this is, but you can translate it, you eat is fine. You eat is fine. Okay, yes.
So,
You need to use your mic, yes.
so, like,
Is it on?
it's on.
Okay.
So in English, of course, you can say it different ways, but you would write it different ways. In this case, would it still be written the same way, regardless of how?
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
it still be written this way?
It's still written this way because English does not have all these extra tenses that, Hebrew does not have all these extra tenses that English does. So in that sense, it's easier. Okay, B. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
B. I need to go back. How did you, the last word on A, how did you pronounce that?
Ochel.
Okay.
Ochel.
See, I heard an M in there when you said it. I don't know why.
Ochel.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, let me see. How,
Who?
who, exactly, that means he. Okay. And he eats.
Yes, good. Okay. And next one?
Melech ochel.
Yes,
The king eats.
the king eats, good. Okay, next one.
This is where I start to fall down. Na, ku,
Mm-hmm.
ook, ook, lam,
Lean.
ook,
Lean.
And I'm not gonna pronounce it.
Okay, what is anaknu?
That's,
That's on that chart on page 14. You weren't here, but I had said as part of the homework,
yeah, and I did it.
write out that chart.
Okay, I wrote up the chart.
Okay,
Oh, what St. Basilus. Okay, back on 14.
och. Anaknu is
you,
we.
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 Okay, there it is. I'm not
It's
gonna-
first common plural. We ochlim. Now remember last year we had participles.
Yeah,
This is from the root aleph, kaf, lamed. And so that means eat. So we have ochel,
yeah.
okelet, ochlim, ochlot. Say that with me. Okel, okelet, ochlim, ochlot. Okay, those participles only have 4 parts. So now you have anachnu, which is we, oklim. What's that then? We what?
We,
On page 11, we, I'm sorry, not 11, 31. This thing's, I'm really messing y'all up.
You don't have to work at that.
Okay,
Okay.
D, anachnu ochlim. Say that.
Anaknu oklim.
Good. Now translate it.
We eat.
Yes. Okay. E, Ashley.
My security blanket, Ashley.
Okay.
Anu ochlut.
Good.
We eat.
Yes. Now, what's the difference between D and E?
One's feminine and one's masculine.
Yes. In the first one, in D, it's either all men or else it's a mixture of men and women. But in E, it has to be all women because the participle is feminine plural. Okay? So you have the different words, anu and anachnu can be either. When we parse them, we say they're first common plural, meaning you don't know the gender except from the context. Okay? Okay, F. Steve?
That was my grade. Okay. Maklim,
Amalakim.
Akim. Ooh,
O.
that's right. Oh, Kalim.
Ochlim. Yeah,
Ochlim,
actually,
okay.
Ochlim.
Hametz.
Okay,
I have no idea what it means.
okay. Look at the root for the first word.
The,
It's the, and what's the root? Melech.
the king.
But
That's
it's king.
Kings. The
So
king.
the kings, and our same
Mhm.
verb,
Okay. We're eating.
eat or are eating. What are they eating? Chametz. That's one of the vocabulary words.
Yeah, okay,
Unleavened food.
I'm looking food.
unleavened food. Okay? No, it is leavened. I'm sorry. It's me that's matzah is unleavened. Yeah, it's leavened food. My mistake. Okay.
For you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that's the kings
Okay.
are eating or eat leavened food. Now G.
Lachut.
Yes, and you can say hamed because that's a dagesh forte in that mem. Hamelachot,
Luchlut.
ochlot,
Chametz.
okay, translate. Now look at that first word. What gender?
Oh, it's feminine.
It's feminine, singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. So now you have
The queen.
the queens, right. The other was the kings. This is the queens.
Eat leavened food.
Yes, good. Okay, and H.
I feel like I should be singing.
Okay, H.
Ata, you. Yeah.
The.
Va, okay. Va.
Yes.
Yes. Rais. Raya.
Uh-huh.
You, Israel.
You and Israel.
You and Israel. Okay. Oh, Kalal, eat.
Ochalim.
Ochalim. Ametz, that's leavened food.
Uh-huh.
Matzah. And-
Yes.
And matzah.
Yes, good. Now, why is there a sharuk there instead of a vav with a shabbat? Why did that change to a sharuk?
If my memory serves me correctly, it's the bump rule.
Yes, very good. And it begins with a bet mem or pay. Good. Okay, next one. I.
Anaknu. Ochelot. Or Ochelot.
Mhm.
Matzah. War.
Uma roar.
Oh, Umar. Sorry.
Mhm. Translate.
We eat unleavened bread and bitter herb.
Yes. Now, who is it talking about, and how do you know? Who is eating?
Women.
Yes, it's a group of women because it can oat can only be a group of women. If it's mixed, then it would be im. Okay, good. And the next one.
Okay.
Yes.
So when I translated, I have for herb,
Uh-huh. Bitter. Yes,
herb or herbs.
we would say bitter herbs, but technically it is singular. But,
I just thought about
yeah,
two other
one
contexts.
little herb, you know.
It's like having one bread.
Right. Right. Okay, go ahead in J, excuse me.
Okay. Barut,
Baruch.
Baruch. Lila?
Halila.
Halila, okay.
Uh-huh.
And that is blessed night or the blessed night?
Blessed is
The
the
night.
night. Mhm. Good, now see, there you have to supply is because it has a period at the end. So you have to have a verb. Blessed is the night. And remember that in biblical Hebrew, we do not have a present participle for is or am or are. We don't have it. It's just understood. Okay, Kay.
Baruch, Amelech, let alone.
Yes.
Divided.
Good. Okay.
Blessed is the King forever and ever.
Good. And L.
Okay. Anu.
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 Now for both of the first common plural, the accent is on the next to the last. Anachnu and Anu. It's just like Eloheinu. See, our God, Eloheinu. When it's first common plural, it's always accented on the next to the last. Or Yeshuenu. Anything Anu, you know, is first common plural. Okay, go ahead.
Anu. Yeah. No.
Hamelachi.
Malaki. By.
That.
Olam. That's it.
Mhm.
Olam. By.
Okay.
Okay. We are kings for eternity.
We are the kings. Yes, we are the kings for eternity, or forever and ever, you could say. Leolam va'ed, they usually translate forever and ever. Okay, let's go to exercise 4 on page 32. You are to circle the words in the following prayer book excerpt that come from the root Nem, Lamed, and Kaf Sofi. This means to rule or reign. As a noun, it's king. Okay, let's begin. And Ashley, could you find any that came from that root in the first line?
Yes.
Okay, which ones?
Mal.
Malchut Ha.
Malchut Ha.
Okay, any more?
And Malchut.
Yes. See, one is your kingdom, see with the Ka, and the other is just kingdom, or what do they translate it as? Your sovereignty. Okay, Steve, did you find any in the second line?
Yes, I did. No. It's actually the next to last and the fourth to last, which is.
Okay,
Malach.
Malach
Okay, Malach.
and
Malach.
Melech. I don't know
Yeah,
which
no.
one you're doing first.
Okay, I was doing the other one first. But
Okay.
That's right.
So you have Melech
And Malach.
and Malach. Okay, what about the third line, Ashley?
I actually have a question about the second line.
Okay,
So apparently, I circled the second word and then I crossed it out because apparently I got it wrong in the past. And why is that?
because it has a sheen in there. That's not from, you
Okay,
don't have any cough. Yeah, it's a different root.
got it. Okay.
Okay? And third line,
The first word?
the first word, Yimluch. Okay, let's go to the exercise 5. Steve, here, this is from the introduction to the blessing after the meals, and you are to find words that come from Aleph, Kaf, Lamed, which means to eat, and Bet, Resh, Kaf, Sofit, to bless. Did you find any of these in the first line?
Yes, the third word.
Yes, the last one, Nevarech.
Yeah.
Okay, and Ashley, the next one.
The fourth word,
Yes. Nevorach. Okay, and Steve, the next line.
You're quicker than I am, actually. Okay, the next line. I don't know why I didn't do that line, to be honest.
Before the two roots.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it looks like. Why am I under pressure? I'm not spotting one here. What am I missing?
Yeah,
Last word?
no,
Okay.
the fourth word. Nevorach. See the Bet, Resh, and Kaf, Sofit, fourth word. Third line,
Third line.
fourth word.
Yeah, I see the map.
Nevorach.
Okay.
Okay, and then the next line.
the first word,
Yes. Say that.
Barak,
Nevarech.
Barak.
Nevarech. Okay. Any more in that line?
There is, but I wanna ask about this one.
Okay.
It said "va" because there's no dagesh in the,
Yes.
okay.
Right.
And the third word?
Yes.
Um, she, new?
Yeah, Kalnu. See, here's that new at the end. This is that we have eaten. So you have that first common plural there. Okay, next line. Steve.
The first word.
Yes, first word.
Baruch.
Baruch. Okay. Any
And
more?
third word.
The third word.
Yeah, which is.
Same.
Shema. Shema.
She.
She. Cool.
Call new. She.
I gotta
Call
bring
new.
Shema. Call me. Got it.
Okay, good. And the next line. Leader.
Saying the first word and the third.
Yes, same words. Okay, and Steve, the last line.
The last line. You gotta get the first word and third word.
Yes, Baruch and Uvaruk. Okay, let's go to exercise 6. Okay, let's say the vocabulary words for Exodus 12:8 first. And they shall eat ve'achlu et. Say it. Ve'achlu et. Now, that et there, you haven't had this yet, but it's a definite direct object marker. It's not translated. And they shall eat, and then it's going to tell you what. Okay, meat, basar, basar. On, and cross out that, it's this night. On this night, Balayla hazeh, Balayla hazeh. Roast with fire. Tzali Aish, Tzali Aish. On, al, and they will eat it. Yochluhu, Yochluhu. Okay, Ashley, go ahead and read.
That's just crazy how that is all the words.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Goodness gracious. Okay. V'achlu
Yes,
et haba sar,
good.
and it's et, and not sh because of where the dagesh is, right?
It's what? Oh, yes, it's a scene, not a sheen.
Okay,
Correct.
all right, just coming back to me.
Right.
Balayla
Mhm.
hazeh
Good. That's right. So,
Tzali,
yes.
Aish,
Mhm.
Sult,
Mhm.
all Merorim,
Yes.
Luhu,
Yes, good. Okay, now, go ahead and translate.
okay. I don't know why, but I didn't do this. So, bear with me.
Okay. They tell you most of it up there.
And they shall eat
Mhm.
and they shall eat the meat
Mhm.
on this night
Mhm.
roast with fire
Mhm.
and matzah.
Mhm. Yeah, actually, it's plural, but matzot, so we would say unleavened breads. Mhm.
Oh, I just.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
And unleavened breads, sorry. On
What's maror?
Yes.
Maror,
I'm drawing a blank.
bitter herbs.
On bitter herbs.
Mhm.
They will eat it.
Yes, they will eat it. Now, to me, that sounded kind of odd. We put the bitter herb on top of the matzah, but they're saying, and matzah on the bitter herb, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Should have been writing us while I was
See.
saying it.
Well, I stopped there because it's like kids playing games in my mind. So, man,
These have most of the words there in your vocabulary. Okay, you're doing B.
oh, isn't that wonderful?
1 Samuel 30, verse 12. Let's say the vocabulary together. He didn't eat. Lo achal. Lo achal. Bread. Lechem. Lechem. He didn't drink. Lo shata. Lo shata. Water. Mine. Mine. Now remember, it's not mayim. This is a dual or a diphthong. It's one syllable. Mine.
Mine.
Okay, and 3. Shelosha. Shelosha. Days. Yamim. Yamim. Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Oh, yes. Lo. Akal. The.
Lechem. Now remember
Lechem.
that cough without a dagesh and the chet both say
Lachem.
yes.
Okay.
Lechem. Accent on the first because it's a singular.
Lachem.
Lechem.
Lo.
Mm-hmm.
Shata.
Mm-hmm.
Mine.
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 Mm-hmm.
Sha. Okay.
Now this is
Sha.
trick. Yes, that was tricky because that the
Yes,
dagesh
that is
above
double
the
duty.
sheen did double duty.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Good.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ushalam. Is it?
Ush. Lo sha.
Usha. Okay.
Ush lo sha.
They. What?
Leilut.
They look.
Leilut.
They look.
Okay.
Okay.
So translate.
He didn't eat bread. He didn't eat, or he did not
And
drink water. For
And
3
he
days.
didn't drink
He didn't drink.
water.
I emphasized it when I wrote it out. Okay. He didn't drink water for 3 days and 3 nights.
3 days. Okay, good. Okay, page 34. Genesis 2:20.
So he,
The vocabulary. He called out. Vayigra. Vayigra. Man or human being. Adam. Adam. For all. Lechol. Lechol. And see, you can write it either way. That's a kametz katan.
okay.
There, that first one, the second, if you're going from left to right. The kametz katan. Okay, cattle, behema. Oops, that's a hey, hey. Behema. Behema. And for the birds of the sky, le'uf ha-shemaim. Le'uf ha-shemaim. And then the animals of the field. Hayat ha-sadeh. Hayat Ha-sadeh. Okay. Ashley? Vayikra.
Vayikra. I'm gonna come back to that, but
Okay.
Vayikra. Adam.
Mhm.
Shemot.
Mhm.
Lechal.
Lechol.
Oh, Lechol.
Mhm.
That's gonna throw me off.
Abe, ama, ema, abe, ema.
Is it okay if I just say Hob?
Yeah, this book teaches that when you have a shva in the middle, it is usually silent. And we haven't talked about this much, but the problem is you have a dagesh forte in that bet. And so technically it's ha-be, ha-be, hema. Ul oaf,
Oh, so it's Ul Oaf.
mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Shemaim.
Good.
Chol.
Mm-hmm.
This dagesh is throwing me off. In the yod.
It's just hayat. It's the kametz, yod, and then the yod with the kametz. It's doubled. Hayat.
Hayat. Sadeh.
Good. Okay, translate.
Okay, but before
What's your question?
Okay, so back to the dagesh and the yod, is that because of,
The reason that's there is, and you're going to get this in Hebrew 3, so you don't need to remember this, but because you asked it, that vav there actually changes the way you translate it from he will call to he called. And so it's a rule there that dagesh is in the yod, so don't worry about it, okay? Vayikra is the way you would say it, Vayikra.
okay, and then in the word below that, that would still be hayat.
Yes, and that's, that dagesh is there for a different reason.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Again, as you go further in Hebrew, you'll find rules for these different things, why you have to have a dagesh forte there. Okay, go ahead and translate.
And he called out.
Okay, wait a minute. Who, now remember, in Hebrew, your verb is first, and then comes the subject.
Sorry, I got that mixed up.
Okay, go ahead. So, ha-adam. So,
So, he
the man,
Well, no, I'm back
Call.
on the first word.
yeah, but you're gonna translate, you're gonna start translating with the subject. The
Oh.
man called out
The man called out. Okay.
Shemot.
Alright.
Okay,
Alright.
The man called out,
what's Shem?
name.
Uh-huh, so this is plural. This is an irregular plural, because Shem is actually a masculine noun, but it takes an ot for the plural, just like Av. Father takes avot for the plural. Okay? The man called out
Names.
names
For all.
Mhm. It's one of your words above.
Yes, I'm looking.
They're looking at
That all, the,
The cattle.
oh, cattle,
Uh-huh.
here it says animals, is that,
No, you're looking at the wrong one.
oh, sorry. Sorry.
For all the cattle
All the cattle
and
right, and
for, yeah, it's right up there. Uh-huh.
the birds in the
And
sky.
for the birds of the
Of
sky.
the sky.
Uh-huh.
Don't do that.
And the last word. You have sky, the last word.
Oh,
And
for all
all, yes.
the animals of the field?
Yes, now,
Oh.
one thing that is a little tricky here, they say birds when they translate it, but actually oaf is singular. And so, but it makes more sense to, when you say all the birds, for the birds of the sky and for the animal or living thing of the field. And, okay, let's go on to Deuteronomy 6:1. So this is Zot. Say it. Zot. Law or statute is chok. Chok. Statute or judgment. I like judgment for this better because shafat is to judge and mishpat is a judgment. Mishpat. Mishpat. That asher commanded siva your God Elohechem, accent on the end, Elohechem. Okay, and I forgot to mention, look up in C, the first line, the last word. The Shava, the Vav with the Shava changed to a Sharuk. Why? It was, there's no bump there. It's the other rule.
Right, because you can't have two Shabbat.
Yes.
There you go.
The first consonant there has a Shava already. See, and you cannot begin a word with two Shavas. Okay, go ahead and. Ralph doesn't seem to be responding, so, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have
Vazot,
Vazot, this.
Ami.
Hamitz.
Good.
Mitzvah.
Mhm.
Okay. Ku.
Mhm.
Ho'im.
Kim.
Ki.
Ha, chul, kim.
Yeah. Vaha.
Mish. That hearing is an E sound. Hamish.
Fa.
Pa. Team. That's a
T. Yeah, it's sound.
tet.
F. Shib.
A share.
Tis.
Okay, this is sadi,
Tis.
like pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
Si,
Ta.
siva,
Siva.
siva.
Okay.
Adonai.
Adonai. El. Elohim.
Elohechem.
Elohechem.
Okay, translate.
I got the first word, this.
Okay, and this is,
The
what is mitzvah?
mitzvah. That's going to be statute of judgment. The judgment.
No. This is commandment, and this is the commandment.
This is the commandment. The
Now here's your,
is your judgment.
well, statutes.
Thank you.
They say law. I don't like law for hook.
Okay.
But the statutes
Okay.
and for mishpat, I like judgments better.
Okay. Your judgment.
And the judgments. Okay, I'll share, Brad. I'll
And
share.
that.
Uh-huh. Now, the verb is first, and then the subject,
Okay. Commanded.
that, who commanded?
Your God.
That Adonai,
Okay. The
Command. Adonai, your God, commanded.
Okay.
Okay, do you see that?
Yeah, I had some words here, but you just put them together in
Right.
phraseologies.
Right.
Okay, can you say that sentence?
Okay. וזאת המצווה, החוקים והמשפטים אשר ציווה אדוני אלוהיכם.
I'm sorry, English.
Oh. Okay. And this is the commandment, the statutes, and the judgments, which or that Adonai your God commanded.
Yeah, it's
The judgments. That Adonai your God commanded. It's right over there at the top of the next page, actually. But I don't like their translation of Chok and Mishpat. He says, now I see it.
I struggle with all this all the time in front of here. Okay.
A lot of times they'll have it at the end, but you need to first work through it
Yeah, I don't
and
have a
then check yourself.
problem. Yeah.
Okay, we have 15 minutes. Let's look at chapter 3. Again, this at the top, you have your vocabulary words from chapter 2. So be sure and review these. Don't let these vocabulary words get ahead of you. So you've had some in chapter 1 and chapter 2, and we're going to get more in chapter 3. You learned that the valve is used as a prefix to mean and in other cases, you'll see when you read in scripture, sometimes they'll translate it otherwise. The ot and eem endings are for nouns and verbs. However, the eem is always on verbs. The eem is always masculine plural. See, for nouns, you have exceptions. So just remember that for nouns you do, like Shem and Avot. Shemot and Avot are exceptions. But on verbs, there are no exceptions. So eem on a verb is always masculine plural. And ot on a verb is always feminine plural. Also, masculine plural can be used for groups of mixed gender. Okay, we're going to let the reading practice go till later. I want you to turn over to the vocabulary on page 40. Page 40. And some of these you're already familiar with. So, hey, you may know some of these. Son and or child is ben and banim. Say it. Ben, banim. Shabbat. Haha. Shabbat. Covenant. Berit. Berit. And day or days. Yom. Yamim. Yom. Yamim. Okay, heavens or sky. Shamayim, 2 syllables. Shamayim, shamayim. Earth or land is eretz. Eretz, it is a segalit. The accent is on the first syllable. Fruit, peri, peri. And see, we say that one every week. Peri hagafen. Okay, and bread, lechem, lechem. So the vocabulary in this chapter is pretty good. So make sure you know the ones in the previous chapters. You have 2 new roots. The bet, resh, and aleph mean to create, create. And we get when we say the blessing over the juice, we say borei, peri, hagafen. It's creator, creator. Okay? And here are words that are derived from this root, creation. Bariah, say it. Bariah. Creature. Baruch. Baruch. And creationism is Beriatanut. Beriatanut. Just take it slowly. Let's do it one more time. Look syllable by syllable. Beriatanut. If you need, just go ahead and write your lines. Beriatanut. Whenever you're having trouble, pronouncing something, do your syllabification lines. Okay, and then the next root is sheen, mem, resh. This is keep, guard, or protect. And they also have preserve. And we haven't sung it in a long time, the Veshamru.
Oh, we haven't. I was thinking, what song was that?
Yes,
Oh,
we haven't sung that one in a while either. I'd like to sing those again. Okay, so let's look at the words that are derived from this root. Guard or keeper, shomer, shomer, and the phrase shomer Israel means a guardian of Israel. And guarding, shemirah, shemirah, watch or shift. Mishmeret, mishmeret, guard or post. Mishmar, mishmar. Conservative, conserving or preservative is me shamer, me shamer. Guarded, reserved, or restricted is shamur, shamur. Okay. Now, we get into a very important subject. Now, both of you have had this before, so hopefully this will pound it down more. I want you to write at the top of the page, in construct.
Yes, I have it written.
Yes. When you have two nouns next to each other, unless it's something like David Melech, and then a period, you know, David is king. Okay, in a sentence, though, if you have like a subject and a verb, and then you have two nouns next to each other, they are almost all the time in construct. The first noun, for example, I don't like sovereign, I like king. The king of the universe, Melech HaOlam. Okay, notice you have two words and it's of the second one. King of. Now, in construct, it's the second word that shows the definiteness. Do you remember the three ways that a noun can be made definite? Okay, the, ha. Yes, that's one. Okay, if you can remember this illustration, house is not definite, okay? But if I say the house, my house, see, pronominal suffix, that's the second way. My house or White House, a proper noun. Okay, three ways. A definite article, the, and then pronominal suffix, my house. The house, my house, White House. White House is a proper noun. So it's not just any house, it's the White House. So here you have ha-olam. You have olam having a hey, an article in front of it. So it makes the whole phrase definite. It's the king of the universe. The king. The first noun does not show definiteness. When you have two nouns in construct, only the second noun shows definiteness. Okay, look at the second. Day of Atonement. Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur. That's not definite at all. It just says Yom Kippur. Okay, a Sabbath of peace. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. See, you have actually two nouns that are in construct. Well, it's Judy. Let me just see. Hello? I am. I'm in class right now. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. What was that?
Going back to the word covenant. I was
He's telling her, going back to the word covenant, that my middle daughter's name is Britt.
Ah, huh. I like
And the
that.
first name is Sarah. So,
Oh, that's neat. Okay, let's go down. Now it says changes to words in construct. Adon, and you have Adon Olam. So sometimes there are changes in the vowel points. You do not have to memorize these changes. Just be aware that when two nouns are in construct, especially when you have a guttural there, that first guttural, that you often have changes. Okay, look at house. Now house, bite, changes to bait. And this is a very common word, so you need to remember that. When Beit El, house of God, see that's Bethel, is Beit El, house of God. Okay, look at the bottom. Joy or rejoicing is simcha. Simcha. But joy of Torah or rejoicing, this is when we roll the scroll back, is simchat Torah. Say it. Simchat Torah. Now here's the rule. When the first noun ends in a hey, it has to change to a patak tav. You see that? Simcha changes to a simchat Torah when it's in construct. Okay, it's just like if I wanted to say the Torah of God, I have to say Torat Elohim. See, the Kemetz Hey changes to a patak tav, Torat Elohim. Okay, receiving or reception is Kabbalah. Say it, Kabbalah. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, but in construct, it's Kabbalat Shabbat. Kabbalat Shabbat. Shabbat. The receiving. See, again, your Kemetz Hey changed to a patak tav. To me, the easiest way to remember that is the Simchat Torah, because we're familiar with that expression, the rejoicing of the Torah, when we turn it back. Okay, another example is Banim, sons. Now, all nouns that end in Hirik Yod Mem, when they're in construct, change to a Tzere Yod. So 99% of the time, when you see a word that ends in a Tzere Yod, you know it's in construct. The children of Israel, B'nai Yisrael, say it, B'nai Yisrael. And here's another Kemetz Hey, Bracha changes to Birkat Hamazon. This is the blessing after eating. Birkat Hamazon. And then God, Elohim, changes to Elohei Avraham, when it's God of Abram. Okay. The head of the year, and we just talked about that it is, the definiteness is on the second noun. And you also have, I want you to read this for next time. We will be reading together these reading practices and let's see. Do 47, 48, and 49. Try to do, well, I hope we can get through all of that next time, okay? Okay, let's pray. Father, thank you for this time, and we just praise you for all that you are doing in our hearts. We thank you again for this beautiful language. Help us, Lord, not to allow things around us to take our rest. Help us to return to you in quietness and rest and confidence that you are in control. Help us not to stubbornly hold on to stress, but to rest in you. We give you all the praise in the name of Yeshua. Amen. Okay.